often we do the transformation, or wherever we do the transformation for SAP S/4HANA, often there is a question: should we start the SAP Analytics Cloud transformation in parallel, or we should wait until SAP S/4HANA is complete and then initiate the analytics transformation? I would like to ask this question to Glenn first, and then we'll take opinion from Shawn to see what are the experience and opinion. Glenn?
Yeah, thanks, Anurag. I think one of the benefits of the solutions from SAP is that you can flex to either way that you want to take that. We were just on the phone literally the last hour reviewing a customer that's currently on ECC 6. They have already plans to go to S4 future state, but they're in the midst of implementing our DataSphere and SAP Analytics Cloud solutions together in advance of that S4HANA implementation. We've got plenty of other customers that have really taken on the S4HANA project first because that's where they want to pour in their resources and get experience and really know upfront what embedded analytics they'll take greatest advantage of, and then take on the DataSphere and SAC aspect of their analytics journey. So we've got customers that have flexed both ways. I think that's part of the benefit of the solution overall.
Got it. Great perspective. Thank you for sharing that. Shawn, what would you say that, and then if you may want to share your experience too, that'll be appreciated.
Sure. Through a couple of different implementations, it's always been a challenge implementing analytics and the core ERP system at the same time. One of the challenges is often that on the analytics side, our stakeholders don't have a clear grasp on their requirements until they've hit certain milestones in the development of the ERP system. With our most recent S4 implementation, we experienced that challenge as well, where requirements were really in flux so much that it was difficult to make solid progress on the analytics side early on in the project. So I would often say that the timing of analytics should be delayed from the ERP system. However, I would caution that the planning and budgeting for said analytics system should not be delayed. We had that challenge as well. At the go live of our S4 system, we had limited capability because we had not gotten all the approvals we needed to go forward with SAP Analytics Cloud, with HANA as a data warehouse or repository. So it provided some challenges there.
Got it. And then would you have an opinion that is that something should be waited until the SAP S4 is complete, then look at the SAC, or do you think as soon as the data starts getting cleansed and organized, probably is the time to get started about?
I would say definitely once there's data being populated, that's where it's really time for analytics to start making some progress. I think certainly during the blueprint phase on the ERP side, there could be some planning for what analytics is going to look like and maybe a staffing plan put together and things like that. But as soon as data is available and working through those QA phases, it's time to start on analytics, because the business is going to assume as soon as ERP is live that analytics is ready to run their day-to-day business. So there's kind of this pinch point where you're waiting for requirements and feedback, and then all of a sudden you've got all the feedback. Where are my reports?
Right. That's yeah. Tom, what would you say from your experience, how, recent times particularly, how customers are doing in your world?
I think the big thing is the business objectives and the business value that's going to be brought with the analytics and how it's being integrated within the business processes. I agree that it's not something that's going to be straight out of the box, because if you're doing that, you're looking at as is and trying to mask as is into to be, which is a problem. But I do believe that there's going to be a base case of value provided on go live that analytics will basically provide to you. Typically, what I've seen in the past that's been successful in that balance is, SIT 2, UAT 1 timeframe, i.e. integration testing or user acceptance testing, is really when those requirements and objectives should start to be really done out. Obviously, you got to plan ahead to make sure that you're ready for that. But ultimately, as soon as you've gotten that 50-60% passage rate in the structure, let it be in pre-prod or let it be in a testing environment, then that's really where you can start to play with the tool to understand what's going to happen, et cetera. We've also somewhat tried to make sure that the client doesn't spend too much time and too much effort on building things without using the system. So part of the delivery of the analytics, the reporting, the forecasting capabilities that are going to come with the tool are come out of the box. And so don't spend a lot of time building, again, the as is or what you think might be a to be without first test driving what's out there and seeing what you don't have and seeing what you need to do to go through the process of change or induction. Obviously, as you look at a roadmap, let it be, first company, second company, third company, you're going to have a tendency of the teetering of the data being all SAP versus not. Then that also is going to help drive some of those acceptances. But long and short, no one's the same, and everyone should plan accordingly based upon the need and the value for which they are providing in that analytic approach.
Yeah, no, totally agree and aligned. I think it's a good idea to always have a small pilot or proof of value, so to speak, to test it out and then start getting the adoption, so to speak, and knowledge also. So a couple of good points.